During an argument about her childhood best friend, my wife snapped at me, "Adam and I have a history. He will always be more important than you." That was all I needed to hear. I filed for divorce and gave her the reality check she never thought I'd actually pull. Fast forward 10 months, she's a single mom begging me for help. But let me back up and explain how it all went down, because this story gets wild. I'm 30, male, and I've been working as a lineman for the past 8 years here in central Kansas. It's not glamorous work, but it's honest, steady, and it pays. Well, I live in Wichita, and before all this, I thought my ex-wife Amelia and I had a pretty good life together. I'd bought my house 2 years before I even met her, title clean, mortgage in my name only. Thank God for that decision. Amelia was a freelance graphic designer, mostly logos for small businesses and the occasional website project. She made decent money, though it came in waves. We had a system. I covered the steady bills, mortgage, utilities, insurance, while she handled groceries and her own business costs. Financially, it worked. Our life ran on routine. I'd wake up at 5:30, hit the garage gym I built out, squat rack, Olympic weights, the works, squats, bench, deadlifts, overhead press. Amelia never understood the appeal, thought a regular gym membership made more sense. After my workout, we'd meet in the kitchen. Coffee for me, some fancy tea blend for her. I'd check the radar for weather updates, she'd scroll Pinterest for design inspiration. Then I'd head off to work and she'd start her day from her home office. Evenings were predictable too. I usually got home around 4 o'clock unless there was a callout. She wrapped up around 5. We'd walk Ranger, my German Shepherd I'd raised from 8 weeks old. I trained him with structure from day one: sit, down, stay, come, heel. Amelia, though, she preferred just giving him treats without commands, which kind of undermined the work I'd put in. But Ranger was still my guy. Life was stable. No big fights. No drama, or at least that's what I thought. Amelia seemed content too. Or maybe she just didn't voice her complaints. The signs started small. She was on her phone more during dinner, laughing at texts but never sharing what was funny. Inside jokes I wasn't part of. But after 10 hours climbing poles, working with transformers, stringing conductor, I wasn't hunting for problems. I just wanted to eat, walk the dog, and sleep. Then she started talking more about Adam, her childhood best friend. He'd just moved back to Wichita with his wife, Bella. Amelia was excited to reconnect. Sounded normal enough. Old friends moving back, wanting to catch up. She even suggested dinner with them one night, time to put a face to the name. She said they lived across town in Riverside, a newer development where houses are crammed 6 feet apart with tiny yards. Adam answered the door, average height, designer jeans, and I swear he probably spent more on his haircut than I spend on boots. His handshake was fine, but he had desk job hands. Soft palms, manicured nails. Exactly the type of marketing professional who's never broken a sweat outside of a gym. Bella was polite, quiet, but something felt off. She smiled when Amelia hugged her, but it didn't reach her eyes. Meanwhile, Amelia immediately put her hand on Adam's arm, acting way too close for my liking. But I brushed it off. They were old friends, right? Dinner started normal. Adam talked about his marketing job at a downtown startup. Bella ran her own CPA practice. They asked about my work, and I gave the usual, keeping the lights on when nature throws tantrums. Amelia jumped in with stories about me getting called at 3 o'clock a.m., making me sound more heroic than I really am. Then the conversation shifted. Amelia and Adam kept pulling up shared memories from high school and college stuff that left Bella and me completely out of the conversation. Every other line started with "remember when we," and ended with them laughing, while Bella stared down at her plate like she wanted to set it on fire. Amelia kept grabbing Adam's wrist when making points. He nudged her shoulder when telling stories. Nothing technically inappropriate, but my gut was screaming. Bella excused herself to the bathroom twice, and Amelia didn't even notice. When Bella came back, her tone was sharper. At one point, Amelia complimented Adam's cooking, and Bella muttered, "He never cooks when it's just us." After dinner, Adam wanted to show off their deck. Amelia immediately linked arms with him on the way outside, leaving Bella and me to trail behind. So there I was, making small talk with Bella, property taxes and the like, while Amelia and Adam were in their own little bubble. Bella asked me questions about my job, the deployments, the logistics of storm recovery. She actually listened. When I cracked a joke about meetings versus fixing real problems, she laughed. Meanwhile, Amelia peeked at Adam's buzzing phone screen like it was perfectly normal. That's when I knew this wasn't just old friends. On the drive home, Amelia was smiling to herself, staring out the window. I asked what she thought of Bella. She shrugged. She's fine. A little uptight. Adam says she works too much. Then she lit up when I asked about Adam. He's exactly how I remembered. Funny, smart, easy to talk to. I'm so glad he moved back. Yeah, I bet she was. Over the next few weeks, patterns emerged. Amelia stayed up late helping Adam with design projects for his company. Funny, since design usually doesn't require midnight texting. She laughed at her phone during morning coffee, then slammed apps closed when I looked over. Dinner happened at our house 2 weeks later. Same dynamic, Amelia and Adam in their own world. Bella and I basically ignored. Bella mentioned a possible weekend trip to Denver. Adam immediately jumped in. We should all go. It would be fun, like old times. Amelia lit up. After they left, she spent an hour texting. Adam sending reunion pictures, she said. Sure, the breaking point came when Amelia told me she was spending Saturday shopping with Adam for Bella's birthday gift. Just the two of them. Because apparently Adam had great taste and Bella was hard to shop for. Yeah, nothing screams platonic friendship like spending 6 hours alone with another woman's husband to buy her a present. I suggested maybe Bella would rather pick out her own gift, or at least that we all go together. Amelia rolled her eyes. You're being weird about my friendship. Adam and I have always been close. You knew that when you married me. No, Amelia. I knew you had a friend. Not that friendship included lingerie shopping dates. The Saturday happened. She was gone 6 hours. Came home with shopping bags from places she'd never touched before. Locked herself in the bathroom for an hour. When she came out, her hair was different. She smelled like new perfume. And yep, new lingerie too. Expensive. Oh yeah, I asked about it. She said she was just trying to feel better about herself. Sometimes new lingerie helps confidence, right? Sure, bought while out with another man. Totally normal. I asked how the shopping trip went. She gushed. We found the perfect necklace for Bella. Adam has such great taste. Then she gave me the full recap. Lunch downtown, boutiques, trendy coffee shops. Honestly, it sounded like a date. That's when I pushed back, suggested she include Bella more since Bella clearly seemed uncomfortable. Amelia's face changed immediately. Bella's just jealous. She doesn't have a close friendship like Adam and I do. Not everyone understands how special our connection is. Special connection. That's what they call it now. I tried another angle, maybe more double dates actually involving all four people. Amelia snapped. Oh my God, so now you're being insecure because I have a male friend. We're in the 21st century, Ezra. Grow up. It wasn't about having male friends. I told her it was about boundaries. Respect. That's what I told her it was about. You're acting like his girlfriend, not his friend. That's when the mask slipped. She shot back. Maybe if you put half as much effort into our relationship as Adam does, I wouldn't need to get emotional support from someone else. We fought for over an hour. She accused me of being controlling, jealous, threatened by Adam's success. I told her success usually doesn't involve midnight texts to another man's wife. She ended it with this: you don't understand our history, our bond, our special dynamic. We've been through everything together: breakups, college, family drama. He knows me better than anyone. And when I asked, better than your husband, she looked me dead in the eye and said, that's different. You're my partner. Adam is my person. That was it for me. Your person while married to someone else. Meanwhile, his wife was sitting in our living room making awkward small talk while her husband was too busy being someone else's person to even notice her discomfort. I tried to use logic. How would you feel? I asked Amelia. If I had a female friend I texted until midnight, went on solo shopping trips with, and openly called my person. Her response was classic deflection. That's completely different. Adam and I have been friends for 15 years. We're not doing anything wrong. Then why does Bella look miserable every time we hang out? I asked. Because she's insecure and controlling. Amelia snapped. Adam says she gets jealous of all his friendships. Of course, the final straw came 3 days later. Amelia announced she was going to a concert with Adam, some band I'd never even heard of playing downtown. Bella wasn't invited, apparently, because she doesn't like their music and would just complain the whole time. I was done. Since when do married people go to concerts together without their spouses? Listen, Amelia, I said, if you think I'm stupid here, you're dead wrong. I have been patient and understanding, but that's just too much. You don't get to control who I'm friends with, she shot back. Adam has been there for me through everything. He's never let me down, never made me feel bad about myself, never tried to change who I am. Apparently, I was guilty of all those things. Never mind the fact I had never once asked her to change, never criticized her career choices, never made her feel bad about anything except maybe her inability to train the damn dog properly. He understands me in ways you never will, she continued. We have a connection that goes deeper than anything else in my life. He's not just my friend. He's my soulmate. I stayed calm. Oh, really? And where does that leave us roommates? Her answer killed whatever was left of our marriage. He was here before you came into my life. He will always be more important than you. So stop being an insecure jerk. There. It was the truth. She'd been dancing around it for months, making me feel crazy for noticing. I wasn't her husband, I was just the guy who paid half the bills while she played house with someone else's spouse. I just nodded. Good too. No yelling. No arguing. The room went silent for a full minute. I could see her getting confused. She expected a fight, expected me to beg, argue, or try to compete with Adam for her attention. What do you mean? She asked. I mean what I said. It's good to know where I stand here, right? So now you're going to play victim and make me feel guilty for wanting to have fun with my best friend, she pushed. I smiled. Amelia, conversation's over. Go and have fun. I mean it. She stared at me for a moment, then walked out. I went upstairs, checked my bank account on my phone, and started planning my next move. She'd made her choice. Now I was making mine. You've got your soulmate to help with logistics. That one hit home. She left that night to stay with her sister. Within 24 hours, the flying monkeys started circling. Her sister called me controlling. Her friend Megan sent me long paragraphs about what a mistake I was making. Even her mom called, lecturing me about how I was abandoning my wife during a difficult time. I responded to none of it. Changed my number, blocked them all on social media, and let Tom handle anything that actually mattered. The interesting part was what happened to Adam and Amelia once their secret was out. Instead of hiding, they went public immediately. Amelia moved in with him within a week. Suddenly, they were posting couple photos on Facebook, checking into restaurants, acting like rebellious teenagers who thought they'd finally found true love. Problem was, Adam's divorce wasn't finalized. Bella's prenup meant he was about to lose his cushy lifestyle, and Amelia's divorce meant she was losing her house. Two people who had built a fantasy around forbidden romance now had to face reality, starting over together with limited resources. The fairy tale was about to smash into the real world. 3 months post-filing, my life had structure again. Real structure, not the performative routine of pretending to be married to someone whose heart belonged to another man. Work was steady and satisfying. Storm season brought mutual aid deployments across Kansas and Oklahoma. I spent 2 weeks in Joplin helping rebuild distribution lines after a tornado outbreak. 12-hour shifts stacking overtime, padding my post-divorce savings. Even my supervisor noticed. During my quarterly review, he said, "You've been more focused lately. Whatever stuff you were dealing with, it looks like you sorted it out." I'd even been promoted to lead lineman on my crew. Better pay, first pick of overtime, physical training became my religion. The garage gym saw daily use, and the numbers kept climbing. Bench press went from 205 times 5 to 245 times 5. Squats jumped from 350 times 5 to 365 times 5. Deadlifts hit 405 times 3. Overhead press climbed to 135 times 5. Consistent progress, all because I finally had unlimited time to focus on myself. It was refreshing after months of trying to decode what everything's fine actually meant. Some days I lifted angry, some days tired, but every morning at 5:30, I showed up, moving weight until my head was clear. Ranger thrived with the extra attention. We worked obedience daily, sit, down, heel, place, until those commands were bulletproof. I introduced him to an e-collar system and spent weeks conditioning him properly. Now he could hold a place command for 20 minutes while I worked in the garage. His recall was instant. Distractions? Not an issue. The dog needed mileage. So we started running. 3 miles became 5. 5 became 7. He loved the routine. I needed the reset, putting one foot in front of the other until my brain stopped churning. 5 months after filing, I bought the Indian Scout bobber I'd been researching. Black on black, mid-controls, Vance and Hines slip-ons, tail tidy to clean up the rear end. Took the MSF course, bought proper gear, and started exploring Kansas back roads on weekends. The Scout was perfect for Kansas riding. Enough torque to pass anything on the highway, comfortable for all-day trips, reliable enough that I never worried about breaking down. Indian nailed the build quality, and that 1,133 cc's engine had the perfect V-twin rumble. Every ride felt like therapy. The bike was freedom. Weekend rides became my reset button. Saturday mornings, no destination, just me and the open road. Farm roads through the Flint Hills, stopping at small-town diners where the coffee was strong and the conversations were genuine. Money flowed differently without Amelia's expenses. No more joint credit card charges for restaurants I'd never been to, boutique shopping sprees, or mysterious weekend trips. My individual account grew steadily while Amelia and Adam learned how expensive true love really was. Through Bella and mutual friends, I got updates. Adam's divorce cost him exactly what Bella warned: spousal support, legal fees, zero claim on her family's property. Amelia's freelance income couldn't cover their apartment rent, so Adam was working overtime to support 2 households. While his divorce dragged on, romance was buckling under financial pressure. Turns out secret hotel weekends lose their magic when you're splitting grocery bills and arguing over utilities. Who could have predicted that? The surprise development was Bella. 6 weeks after Adam moved out, she texted me asking if I wanted to grab coffee. Not to talk about relationships or wallow in misery, just because she was bored, and I was one of the few people who understood the weirdness of our situation. Coffee became a regular thing. Bella was good company, smart, funny in a dry way, and uninterested in rehashing the past. We talked about work, movies, travel, dreams, Rangers training progress. Normal conversations between 2 adults who just happened to share an unfortunate history. She'd started her own CPA practice post-divorce, focusing on small businesses who valued her detail-oriented work. 8 months post-divorce, we officially started dating. Took it slow. Coffee dates became lunch. Lunch became dinner. Dinner turned into weekends, dog parks, bookstores, motorcycle rides through the Flint Hills. She fit on the back of the Scout like she belonged there. Asked good questions about the bike, appreciated the engineering, never complained about wind or distance. The chemistry was real. Meanwhile, Amelia and Adam were discovering that soulmates don't magically fix money problems or fundamental incompatibilities. Through the grapevine, I heard about their fights, money, future plans, and whose fault. Their divorces were so expensive they became background noise. My focus was forward work, training, and relationships that respected me. I was living my best life. 10 months after filing, the divorce was nearly final. Tom handled it cleanly. I kept the house, Ranger, and my retirement accounts. Amelia kept her shaky business, her car, and whatever dream she had left with Adam. No alimony, exactly the break I wanted. Bella and I were solid. Just 2 people who enjoyed each other's company and were building something real without rushing. She'd started spending weekends at my place. Ranger had adopted her completely. The dog was a good judge of character. Then this happened, lol. Friday night, my buddy Nate suggested we check out a new place downtown. Live music, decent food, good way to catch up. Bella brought her friend Meredith, who Nate had been wanting to meet. Double date potential. Nate had been circling for months but was too stubborn to admit he needed help. Just happened to mention it to Bella. He said when I teased him about it. As we sat waiting, Nate started, "Bro, I'm kind of nervous." What do I say first? Nate, are you serious right now? Don't act all coy and shy. Shut up, Ezra. I just don't want to look cringy. Well, you kind of are, I teased. You're welcome. Then Bella and Meredith showed up. We'd been there maybe an hour when she showed up. Guess who? Yep, Amelia. She looked rough, tired, stressed, like someone had run her through a blender. Hair different, shorter, cheap color job. She'd lost weight she couldn't afford to lose. The confident woman who once declared Adam her soulmate was now someone barely holding it together. She spotted us immediately and made a beeline for the table. Bella tensed beside me. Nate muttered, "Oh, never been better." Bad timing. Meredith just looked confused. Ezra, I need to talk to you, Amelia said without preamble. Please, just 5 minutes. We're busy here, I replied. Talk to Tom. It's not about the divorce. It's about something else. Something important. Her voice was strained, like she was holding back tears in public. Whatever was happening, it wasn't good. Fine, I said. You've got 5 minutes. We walked to an empty corner near the back bar. She was shaking slightly. Adam's in trouble, she started. Real trouble. The police came to our apartment yesterday. There are charges, federal charges. I waited. Tax evasion, she continued. His company was running some scheme with fake contractors and unreported income. The FBI raided his office last week. His lawyer says he might be looking at prison time. She paused, then whispered, I'm pregnant, Ezra. 2 months. She started crying, trying to keep her voice low. He's been different since the pregnancy. Now he's talking about running. Says the charges are bogus. Says he won't go to prison for something that wasn't his fault. But if he runs, I'm stuck here alone with a baby and no support. She paused, waiting for me to say something. When I didn't, she kept going. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you and destroyed our marriage for something that turned out to be a fantasy. But you're a good man, Ezra. You're stable and responsible. You always took care of me. Maybe we could try again. Maybe this baby could be a fresh start for us. You not? She actually said that, looking at me with desperate hope, like I'd suddenly say, don't worry, sweetheart. I've got you. This woman who threw away our marriage for a guy now facing prison was asking me to raise another man's child. My response was easy. And how does any of that concern me? Her face crumpled. What do you mean? You made your choice. Got knocked up by your bestie who's apparently about to bail. And now you want me to fix it. But I was wrong. I see that now. I made a huge mistake. Yes, you did. And it's yours to live with, not mine to fix. You can't just walk away from me when I need help. Watch me. I turned and walked back toward the table. She followed, voice louder, more desperate. You're really going to let your pregnant ex-wife struggle alone? What kind of man does that? I stopped, turned. The bar was starting to notice, but I didn't care. Call Adam. He's your soulmate, remember? He's going to prison, not my problem. Her desperation snapped into anger. You're pathetic. You never fought for our marriage. You just gave up like a coward. That's when Bella appeared at my side. Not possessive, not territorial, just calm, put together, wearing a dress that probably cost more than Amelia's whole outfit. The contrast was brutal. Everything okay here? Bella asked. Amelia looked between us, realizing this wasn't some rebound. Bella and I were serious, building something real while her fairy tale was collapsing. Seriously? Amelia snapped. Bella, you're dating him just to get back at us? Nope, Bella said evenly. I don't even think about you, Amelia. We're just enjoying life. That's when Amelia completely lost it. She screamed about how I was vindictive and cruel, how Bella was a manipulative liar who'd stolen her husband's best friend, how we were pathetic for finding each other through shared misery. The language got creative loud enough that security started moving our way. Nate, phone out, was already recording. Ma'am, you need to lower your voice or leave, security told her. I'm not going anywhere until I get some answers. She yelled, actually, you are, Nate said, still filming. Keep your hormonal ass away from here. Security escorted her out as she kept screaming about how we'd regret this, how karma would catch us, how Adam was twice the man I'd ever be even if he was going to prison. The bar went quiet for about 10 seconds after the door closed. Then conversation picked back up. The band started playing again. Nate grinned, holding up his phone. Damn, I'm sending this to the boys. They're going to love it. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Amelia saga ended. Never heard from her again. I hope she's having fun as a single mom.